Hey guys, PowerPup97 here with my review on the third and final part of the Grand Galloping Gala trilogy, The Best Night Ever. Now this episode was the season finale for the first season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and it is a mega fan favorite to a lot of fans of the series. So without further ado, let's begin. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Season 1, Episode 26, The Best Night Ever. The big day has finally come, and the ponies are all ready to go to the Grand Galloping Gala, which this season has been building up to since Episode 3. Twilight Sparkle decides to rip off Cinderella by making a magic spell that will change an apple into a coach and turn some of Fluttershy's mice into horses. Interesting, does the spell wear off after midnight? Anyway, Opal ends up scaring the horse mice away, but Rarity solves the problem by asking a couple of her neighbors to haul the coach for them. We then cut to Rarity's salon, where the ponies are all getting bathed and changed for the gala. Spike needs to come in to use the bathroom, but Rarity is like, "Goodness, no! We're getting changed!" And then Applejack says, begging your pardon, Rarity, but we don't normally wear clothes. It's true that they don't, but that quote probably inspired a lot of creepy fan art, if you know what I mean. And this is coming from someone who's a fan of a cartoon about Dalmatian pups, who also don't wear clothes, by the way. Or, that didn't sound right. Or, I don't like sex humor, okay? Anywho, that night the ponies are on their way to Canterlot in their coach, with Spike posing as their coachman. They are wearing the same dresses they had in Suited for Success, the good ones, not the bad ones. When they arrive, we are treated to this show-stopping musical number, which sounds so much like the opening to a well-produced stage musical. During the song, each pony explains what they all want to do, which seems to have not changed since the Ticketmaster. Fluttershy wants to meet the animals of the garden, Applejack wants to sell her goodies to make money, Rarity wants to find Prince Blueblood, Rainbow Dash wants to meet the Wonderbolts and prove she has what it takes to be their newest member, Pinkie Pie wants to party, Twilight Sparkle wants to talk with Princess Celestia about what she's learned since she first came to Ponyville, and Spike wants to hang out with all the other ponies. It turns out neither one of them gets their wish. Starts out with Spike pretty much getting thrown into the mud, and we never see him again until the end of the episode. So I'm going to one by one talk about what each pony goes through. Twilight is wanting to talk with Princess Celestia, but the princess is too busy greeting every pony who is coming in. Applejack sets up her apple stand. She sells an apple pie to Soren of the Wonderbolts, but after that no pony else goes anywhere near her stand. Rainbow Dash is offered to hang out with the Wonderbolts, but each time she tries to make an impression on them, they end up ignoring her. Fluttershy sees the garden she wanted to see, but only to discover that the animals will not go anywhere near her. Rarity finds Prince Blueblood, but only to discover that he's a douchebag. And Pinkie Pie discovers that the gala is not the kind of party she was hoping for. So, all 6 ponies are disappointed. But then they all decide, I didn't wait all this time just for this. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this the best night ever. Hence the title. So, Pinkie Pie gets up on the stage with the band and performs the Pony Pokey, which is one of my favorite Pinkie Pie moments of the series. I'm starting to wonder if Pony Pokey is intended to be a Gumby reference, or whatever. Rarity and Prince Blueblood come up to Applejack's stand, and this is when Applejack figures out why her apples aren't selling. It's because they're carnival fare, as Prince Blueblood likes to call it. So she decides to fancy up her goodies by making an apple cake. Meanwhile, in the garden, Fluttershy is trying to trap the animals so they could love her. Then what happens? Well, Pinkie Pie acts like a crazy DJ, Rainbow Dash causes damage in the ballroom, Applejack comes in with her cake, which flies off her cart and lands on Rarity, and Fluttershy ends up chasing the animals into the ballroom and yells at the top of her lungs, "You're going to love me!" As we all know, that became a huge internet meme. I don't know why, but a lot of Fluttershy's fans seem to love seeing her when she's angry. So anyway, Twilight and Princess Celestia come in to see what all the commotion is, and seeing the whole castle collapse, the princess tells Twilight to run, So Twilight calls her friends to evacuate the castle. Along the way, we see another Cinderella reference when Rarity drops her glass slipper, and she decides to turn awesome and by breaking her slipper, because she didn't want anything to do with that douche. We then cut to Spike at a donut shop, which he treats like a bar. He's upset because he misses all the ponies, but then the ponies come in. They tell Spike about their night at the gala, which turned out to be the worst day of their lives. Twilight hopes they didn't make Princess Celestia mad, but speak of the devil, she comes in to tell the ponies that, thanks to the main six, the gala turned out to be the best one ever. Every gala she's ever hosted up to this point was boring in her opinion, so she was planning to invite the main six to liven up the party, which is just what they did. Princess Celestia is basically a pony in an alicorn's body, and I find it weird that none of the other ponies in Equestria noticed that. They always treat her like royalty despite how laid back she is. So it turned out, for the main six, this really did turn out to be the best night ever, because when you're together with your friends, you can even make the worst at times seem like the best at times. That's an analogy I will never understand. So, final verdict, this was a very appropriate season finale. I mean, after seeing in the Ticketmaster what we think might be coming in this episode is misleading, but it's nice that when this episode came along, they decided to give us a loophole and make it not what we're expecting at all. I'm not sure who wrote this episode, but whoever did must have taken advice from George Lucas. Okay, so that concludes this episode review. Now I can get back to my request list. I just got a handful of requests from Bab Clayman 1 here, and the next episode I'm going to be reviewing is Stairmaster. So until next time, Powerpuff 97 away!